Adult animation, not to be confused with cartoon is a mixed bag between shows stretching the elasticity of episodic adventures to their literal breaking points, the serialized narration of an alcoholic horse, all the way to the show that can't decide who it wants to be when it grows up. It all finds a home in adult animation. It's fine, South Park and Bob's Burgers are fighting for the same Emmy. They're both animated, they're in the same genre, I promise. It's a medium with the greats distinguishing themselves with their own unique animation style and sense of humor. Good writing and fun animation, and you have a hit show on your hands. These shows are trash now, but they just keep going. Someone end it. Put it out of its misery. Thank God. Running a successful show is hard, and when you have a winning formula, why rock the boat with fresh ideas when you can just keep the gravy train on track for 34 seasons? All jokes aside, adult animation has been a comfort to me since I was a child. Whenever I got scared after speedrunning Left 4 Dead, I'd soothe myself to sleep watching Homer drink himself to death. Oh God. Is that where my alcoholism comes from? Adult animation is special, in part because it could theoretically last forever, and some shows are trying to substantiate that. Sorry, I just really don't like what they did to The Simpsons. Other than key voice actors dying, nothing else really stands in the way of the show lasting a really long time. Rest in peace, Alan Reed. You gave birth to America's first innocent vice. Animated stuff on prime time. Oh wait, they're doing a sequel. Bedrock! They can literally do anything with animation, and you voice actors are just as replaceable as me. And I work at DoorDash as a driver. I'm not even an employee. I'm self-employed. Anyway, animation gives writers and artists the creative freedom to pretty much do whatever they want. You can create a beautiful, multi-dimensional reality filled with cool adventures and then stuff it with sperm monsters. I'm kinda jaded toward adult animation because so many shows I've loved have either lost the sauce or have run for so long I lost interest. I still love adult animation, but Jesus Christ and incest, baby!
Blue Gaga. I want milk.
When I sat down to watch the first episode of Smiling Friends, I honestly wasn't sure what to expect. I was never a subscriber of Psychic Pebbles.
Shame.
And having only watched Get Out of My Car, I didn't even make the connection between the creators of Smiling Friends, Zach Hadel and Michael Kurzak, and their channel, so I really was blind reacting IRL. On HBO Max, the show is described as Smiling Friends follows the employees of a small company dedicated to bringing happiness to a bizarre yet colorful world. And that's it. That's a perfect pitch and a great summary. I'm not sure there's much more to say, to be honest. But if I were to really be honest, holy shit, this show is awesome. If you're not smiling at the end of an episode of Smiling Friends, I'll let you pass without all 6 stickers because your day is probably pretty shit. I've been trying to find a way to talk about this show because I'm genuinely really excited about it, but I didn't want to ruin it by hyping it up or putting unnecessary weight on it, but I'm trying to be a YouTuber, and that's the job. Also, massive spoiler warning for season 1 of Smiling Friends. You'll probably enjoy this video more after watching it in its entirety, which won't take long, around like 80 minutes or so. Anyway, you were warned. The pilot, arguably a TV show's most important episode when it comes to hooking an audience, for Smiling Friends follows a basic A-B plot structure. During the episode, Desmond's Big Day Out, I noticed that it took only 1 minute and 50 seconds for the show to introduce me to its main characters and the premise of the show, as well as introduce both the A and B plot. It's effective, only 12 minutes long, it squeezes every minute to its full potential. You can put on an episode trusting you won't have to slug through a musical with both bad music and bad jokes. I'm being too hard on The Simpsons. It's only because they broke my heart. I didn't even care about this extremely streamlined setup to not only this episode but the entire concept of the show till my 3rd time watching. And with every rewatch, I find myself laughing at a different bit of the story. If you've watched season 1 through once, I definitely recommend going through it again because I swear it only gets funnier. Once you've gotten to know the characters, the show just feels fresh the second time around with different bits of dialogue resonating with you. Like in the pilot, when Pim shows Charlie a TV show, but wants him to see a specific funny part, and Charlie just loses interest and misses the only part Pim wanted him to see.
You missed it.
What?
Oh, just, the character did a spin. It was like a cool spin. It was the whole reason I was showing it to you, but yeah, it was just kind of cool.
And Pim just accepts his fate and moves on. I think it's my favorite part of this episode now. It's hashtag relatable, but not in a forced way, just one that understands what it's like to be a human trying to connect with coworkers. There's also such a unique art style at work here that makes this show stick out. Its bright colors, odd human characters, and the use of multimedia art is refreshing because I haven't seen anything like it. Oh dear God, not you. Anything but you. Okay, where were we? Oh, that's right, 2 minutes into the first episode. The crew went to meet Desmond, the boy they were sent to make smile, who, oh my God, is a disgusting middle-aged man with a gun to his head. I pride myself with being able to stomach some pretty bad stuff, but this was really off-putting at first. It was such a dark story beat, and Desmond is disgusting. That's the point, he's primal incel material. I finished the episode, of course, after quickly adjusting to Desmond being a middle-aged depressed man instead of a pouty child, and I realized Desmond was crucial and he needed to be the A-plot in the pilot of Smiling Friends. This is one of the episodes of the season where the show does exactly what it says it does. Pim and Charlie spend their time trying to make someone smile, and that someone isn't a kid. It's a grown man. This is them clearly telling you Smiling Friends is not for kids. Pim is purple and friendly, but make no mistake, this is not suitable for all viewers. And this is the darkest episode in the whole season, in my opinion. A man holding a gun to his head at the end of his rope with nothing left to live for, and despite their best efforts, Charlie and Pim couldn't give him one. The Smiling Friends failed at the very thing they're supposed to do. I was ready to settle in for another nihilistic viewing experience that was going to tear me down for daring to enjoy the experience it was offering.
Here's my fucking downloaded brain, Morty. You wanna jump the shark? You wanna know my stupid crybaby backstory? Knock yourself out.
Wait, is that a smile? And a conclusion to the B-plot of the episode? In 12 minutes, I was sold on Smiling Friends. An episodic adventure following the whims of two coworkers where happy endings aren't only possible, they're expected. Smiling Friends isn't trying to be deep, and that's what I like about it. My favorite episode is a silly Halloween special, where it's better to be a literal demon than to be caught in blackface.
Is that blackface, dude?
No. This isn't blackface. I'm an actual demon.
Bro, please tell me that's not blackface.
That's literally the best thing ever. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. I was hollering even while they tore the demon apart, but it was a demon in blackface. Tear it limb from limb. On that note, another cool thing about this show is violence isn't a good thing. For the most part, despite that episode, but come on, it was a demon in blackface. In fact, it's usually frowned upon. Get it? Take episode 6, Enchanted Forest, when Pim turns into Gollum and kills Mip. It's sad and gruesome, and Pim is so apologetic even though it was an accident. He doesn't just shrug it off, but feels the weight of having killed someone because he was envious. Then they found out Mip was a stalker carrying a bomb to kill the woman he'd been terrorizing, so you know what? I'm not losing any sleep over Mip. Hell, get Pim a medal, one less piece of shit out here making women feel unsafe. Big W's in the chat. And it's not that I mind violence, I play GTA where running over people is the best part of the game, but it's nice to see an episodic show that doesn't rely on violence to tell the majority of their stories and jokes. Yeah, I don't like Family Guy anymore either. It's not just Family Guy that has this thirst for violence either, it's kind of been a staple to the episodic side of adult animation. If you don't brutally disfigure people, how will your audience know it's a show for adults and not just a kids show that deals with mature themes? Okay, before you hit the comment section, Smiling Friends has plenty of violence, it's just treated slightly differently than other shows. Do you remember the pilot of Rick and Morty when Morty kills the space bugs trying to arrest them? He feels remorse as he hears the bugs cry out for their wives and children. Compare that to season 5, episode 3, A Rick Covenant Mort, where Morty goes on a brutal killing spree for the magical Earth girl he loves or something. Morty's attitude toward violence changed, and now we have two bloodthirsty, nonchalant protagonists, and the feel of the show is different. Now, I love Rick and Morty, and I'm hoping to see things come together in season 6. I am also excited to see a show that is carving its own unique style instead of feeding into what other shows do. I think Smiling Friends' violence is tasteful and hilarious. They tore him apart for blackface? It's so stupid and funny. Oh, it's great. Without the violence, it wouldn't be nearly as enjoyable, and I wouldn't have gotten the blackface beat down. Okay, last time I bring it up. The episode that really captures this show's essence perfectly is episode 7, Frowning Friends, when their biggest competitor, Frowning Friends, led by Grim and Gnarly, moves across the street and starts stealing their business. The Frowning Friends are so popular, they end up amassing a cult following filled with doubt and nihilism. It's like the Rick and Morty subreddit showed up. This is the show acknowledging how much easier it is to give into that constant negativity than it is to find the positive in what can feel like a hopeless and meaningless existence. At this point, I thought, there it is. The antagonist, the Smiling Friends, will perpetually have to fight. The Frowning Friends. But no, the moment the boss puts a gun to Grim's head, he breaks down and begs for his life, showing the crowd of followers life has some meaning, because if it didn't, he wouldn't be afraid to die. The boss then comforts him, and oh, what's that? A smile. The nihilist is smiling from ear to ear. He can't help it. This was the most beautiful thing I've seen in a while. This felt like a direct response to the nihilistic tone shift the world has taken, and look at me trying to make this show deep. The script is approaching 6 pages long, and I didn't want to shill for a show we all already like for this long. I feel like Smiling Friends is under so much pressure already, and I didn't want to add to it, but they'll be okay with my small hype train. I mean, we just hit like 100 subscribers, so they'll be fine. Anyway, hit the like button. I'm like, I can't believe I wrote this in the script, and I also wrote that too. Press subscribe, also in the script. Bye. Unscripted for once. Peace.